Yes, yes, y'all. You know it's a good day when you got On the Mark Wrestling Podcast back on your airwaves, baby. I'm your boy, Kyode. Welcome to the show. This is episode 55. Oh, man. It feels good, man. And what a week and a half, 2 weeks of wrestling. Lewis, what's going on? Say hello to the beautiful people, Lewis. What's going on, man?
Finally. Nah. You people don't deserve the greatness of the administrators. So the hell with you people.
I'm straight heel.
I'm going full blown heel.
Straight corporate heel on it, man. No administrative love. No administrative love tonight. Lewis, man, what's going on with you, bro? The school year's coming up to an end for you, my friend. You about to usher in the summer. How do you feel, man? Another year in the books.
I feel relieved. You know, the students here have finished school. So my son has finished school last week.
Nice.
He completed 4th grade. He's going on 5th.
Wow.
So just looking forward to the summer and more wrestling shenanigans because
this summer's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's like one thing after another in the news circles with pro wrestling, whether it's WWE, AEW, TNA, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Just very eventful stuff happening and lined up for the summer. I can't wait.
Well, Lewis, let's jump right into it, my brother, because we had an eventful King and Queen of the Ring, which I got to say in Saudi Arabia, for whoever had that money to go over there and on that flight, that flight alone is bananas. But Saudi Arabia, we got the King and Queen crowned. The show was cool, you know. It was cool. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was a cool show, right? Yeah. But man, what did you think of the winners? We got, and I was wrong about this. I thought your girl was gonna go over. I thought it was gonna be Lyra Valkyria, but maybe it was a little too soon for all of that.
Yeah.
But Nia Jax, which I absolutely love, and your boy Gunther, the ring. Yeah. Gunther. What did you think of those, man?
I mean, I was gonna say Gesundheit. You sound like you were sneezing. You a little bit under the water.
Nah, man. That's how you gotta say it. That's how you gotta say it. You gotta say it. That's exactly how you gotta say it.
I love the enunciation, but
yes,
I thought that the company made the right choices with Nia Jax and Gunther. You know what? Those were my picks. As over as Lyra, what's her name, man?
Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria.
Yes.
So as good as she is, probably too early for her to be crowned Queen of the Ring. Nia Jax, on the other hand, she's been putting in really solid work since her return.
True.
And I just think it's a good step in the right direction for her, especially because of the implications of her earning a title shot at SummerSlam. So, I'm looking forward to seeing more of what she does over the summer leading into that major PLE. Yeah. Now, on the men's side for King of the Ring, you couldn't have gone with anybody else other than Gunther. If you were going to go with somebody else, then it would have been Jey Uso, but he obviously beat Jey Uso to advance to the finals. Gunther's the perfect choice. Why? Because, hello, he's Gunther, right?
Yeah,
longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in God knows how long. I think of all time, right?
Or all time. Like that. All time.
Yeah. So there you go. And with that said, he's now ready to be thrust in the main event spotlight. I think he's beyond being a mid-carder. I think you need to really elevate this guy as a monster killer heel. So now you're either going to get Gunther versus Cody or... So how does it work? Do they get title shots for their brands, or is it like the Royal Rumble where they can choose?
You know, I'm not sure because I missed a lot of Raw, bro. I missed a lot of Raw. So I didn't
Me too.
I didn't get the ins and outs of what that means. Do you have to stick to the brand? Can you cross brand and all that stuff? I didn't get any of that. My assumption is that you get to choose who you want, but I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
know.
I know that
I
that's a
don't
little
know.
tricky because
Yeah.
Gunther is on Raw.
Right.
So naturally, he'd be getting a title shot against the world heavyweight champion. So at
Priest.
Clash, right at Clash,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
here's the caveat: if WWE were smart, and I know it kind of screws Damian Priest over and
Oh
has him
man.
with a really short reign, but if they were smart, they would just have Drew get his moment in his home country and win the damn title because Drew versus Gunther at SummerSlam for the world title is money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Even if it's heel versus heel, I mean, yo, given their history and their wars over the IC title and the Smash Mouth style, the the European strong style
Mm-hmm.
of both men, that's money. But then on the
One.
other
Yeah, I
side,
agree.
you if he was able to choose Cody, Gunther versus Cody is money too. You know, and these were the final two men in the 23 Royal Rumble. So you can go either way. Now, whether they put the title
Mhm.
on Gunther is a whole nother story, but I think it's a win-win situation regardless of
I
who he
agree.
faces.
Win-win. Definitely a win-win. I agree. But listen, I think if you're going to clash in the castle or whatever this is, right? Yeah, I think you definitely give it to Drew. Drew can't keep looking like a punk out here, man. Like he can't get, but he can't be getting played out here by CM Punk 1 minute, not winning the title in another minute, getting
Yeah.
screwed at Mania. Your boy's got to go over, but I don't know if you want to. Damn, that I feel like that kind of hurts Priest. This is gonna
It does. It
this is gonna
does.
hurt Priest. It's gonna diminish him a little bit for such a short, uneventful run. To be fair, like he
Yeah.
hasn't really done anything. All I see him doing is just having talking segments in the ring. Like he's not. There's nothing exciting or anything that they're doing with him that makes him a credible champion.
Right.
Um, but I do say you pull the trigger with Drew and you give Drew his moment. Um, and then at SummerSlam, like you said, Gunther and Drew,
That's a
that's
big deal.
that's a big match. That's a big
Yeah,
match.
it
So
is.
I like that. I like the booking that you just came up with, Administrator. I like it.
Yeah.
I think that could work. I think that could work. So what do you do with Naya then? How we booking Naya, man? Because
Well,
you know
now
I'm
that
a
you got the
fan.
whole thing with Liv,
I'm a fan of Naya now.
yeah,
I've always been a fan of Naya. To tell you the truth, I think I've always said she just needs that shot, and I think this is it. So what they do with Naya, man, Liv is just not. I like Liv. I just don't believe that she could beat Naya. Like it's just looking at them, it's not convincing to me. The aesthetics is not convincing to me. Like and Liv's level of wrestling ability and toughness doesn't. Naya's a killer. She punches chicks in the face. She breaks
yeah.
noses, man. You know what I'm saying? Like so I just can't see that being interesting. I don't know.
But wait a minute, isn't Nia Jax on SmackDown now?
Nia Jax
Didn't
is
she get drafted to SmackDown? Because if that's the case, then Bailey would be the person that she would face,
you might be right. Nia Jax
right?
is probably let me check this out, Lewis.
Yeah, I had a feeling as you were saying that. I'm like, I don't even think she's on Raw anymore. But
Nia Jax.
if she is on Raw, then they're gonna have to figure something out with the Liv Morgan. But if she's on SmackDown, that works out perfectly. You can just have Bailey versus Nia Jax.
Yeah, that's right. And that's and there you go. I could believe Bailey
Yeah.
over Liv. You know what I'm saying? Like that's more convincing. So Naya is on. Dude, have you been on the WWE website lately? Have you been
Dude,
on this thing?
the WWE website. The last time I visited the WWE website, oh man, Jesus Christ! I think I still had one child. I think that's the last time I went on to the WWE website.
Get out of here, really?
Now, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's been at least a year or two.
There's a lot of stuff on this website. Just for me to find Naya's name is taking a minute. Oh yeah, she's Naomi. Nia Jax is on the SmackDown brand, my brother.
Okay, so it
So
works
there you
out.
go. There you go.
See, so the booking was good in that
The
regard.
booking was good. The booking
Yeah,
was good. Yeah. So
but
there you go.
you know, moving on a little bit from the tournament winners, the
Yeah.
biggest surprise of the night was Becky dropping the title to Liv. I didn't think they were gonna pull the trigger on that night. I was
Well,
like, well, is Liv Morgan just another heel foil for Becky?
right.
But like they're doing the damn thing with Dominic, and that shit's fantastic what they're
Love it.
doing.
Love it. Lewis,
So
well, you know how I feel about Becky dropping that title, right?
I don't blame you.
Your boy is giving a standing ovation.
I don't blame you.
I think it's time for Bex to go away for a long time. Her contract is coming up also, so that's another thing to look out for, her contract. There's rumors. Is she happy with the offer she possibly got? Will she be gone for a very long hiatus? Is the door to that forbidden door down in Jacksonville in AEW, is it slightly cracked open a little bit? Does it look a little interesting? I would think not, because I would think possibly, actually, because
Never say never.
It's an easier schedule. She'll be home more.
And that right there, my friend, you hit the nail on the head.
We've
mentioned this before, where people's priorities, like in terms of the talent, their priorities they're gonna vary. And if you have children, in this case she's a mother, you know what I mean? She's got a young child. She only has one, right?
One kid.
Yeah. So that child is like what, 3-4 years old or whatever it is, and that you don't get that time back. So I could totally empathize with it as a fellow parent myself. Yeah. So if I've already accomplished just about everything there is to do in WWE, I might entertain the AEW orders. I'm going to get big money. I'm going to get a mega contract.
Right.
And the traveling is going to be so light that I'll get to see my kid and spend time with my husband whenever, you know what I'm saying?
Plus,
like you can make the family thing work.
Plus, you get to kind of make your own schedule if you want to wrestle outside of AEW, right? Like you get to if Becky wants to venture out and be like, you know what? I got a week here. I could just maybe go to New Japan or CMLL, whatever, or whatever, those type of things. She has the freedom to do that. So I'd inquire if I was Becky, unless WWE is about to drop the bag. I mean, like back the Brinks truck up, like that sort of thing. I'm gonna check every option I possibly can, and AEW would be one of them. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens in the next 6 months. I don't think, I think this is going to be a lengthy leave. But if she does come back, Lewis, and we talked about this, if she does come back, I need to see your girl completely repackaged. I need new music. I need new hair. Hell, listen, if she wants to go out and look completely different, maybe she wants to do something cosmetically. I don't care what you do, Becky. You need to come back completely different, right? And that's kind of what needs to happen. Becky needs to come back a completely different person.
I agree.
For this to kind of just continue, man. So we'll see. We'll see where this leads. But I want to go into a big pay-per-view this past weekend. AEW had Double or Nothing. Really good pay-per-view. I had some technical difficulties with my stream, my brother. I had it wasn't working for your boy here and there, so I did get bits and pieces, of course. But what would you say was the biggest? We all know, but the biggest point of the biggest highlight of the night, your boy MJF came back out looking amazing, number one.
Yes.
And number
Yeah.
two, paying homage to your boy Triple H with the jean jacket, which I loved.
Yep.
And the AEW stamp of approval tattoo on his calf. Your boy, man,
He's all in with
he's
AEW.
all in.
No pun intended. I guess pun intended, right?
Yeah, pun
Because
intended, bro. Pun intended.
yo, like yeah, you hit all the major points of his return. I marked the fuck out
Yeah.
because you
Who
and I
knew?
talked. Yeah, you and I spoke about it earlier in the day. We were
Mhm.
like, there's speculation he's coming back very soon. Is it tonight or do they wait until Forbidden Door in Long Island?
Yeah,
And
that's what I thought it was going to be.
they popped the shit out of that crowd in Vegas.
Yeah, man.
And his promo was just intense. It evoked all of the emotions from the fans, and it reminded you of why he was one of, if not the top guy in the company right before he left. I mean
100%.
that last line where he's like, you can call me the wolf of wrestling because I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's gonna, to me, that's gonna go down as a classic promo line
Yeah.
until the end of time.
When you Marco Polo'd me that, I had no idea what you were talking about when you did that.
That was the intent.
So I did.
I was like, let me just reenact MJF's line from that promo, and then he'll kind
I
of.
was like, what the hell is Lewis talking about? I was like,
Yeah,
I thought you had a couple of tequilas, my brother. I was like, what was that? What is happening? But yo,
yeah,
your boy looks like money, man. I really admire how MJF digs deep into
For
his
real.
craft,
Yeah.
Like, you know, people got on him for not being a wrestler, so he went out and had one of the best 1 hour Iron Man matches ever.
Yes.
People got on him if he was a body guy, and your boy went out and got jacked by one of the best trainers in the industry, plus in wrestling. He trains a lot of wrestlers. Your guy, people got him on about his promo. He's mastered the promo. He has done things to prove to all of us that he belongs and that this is for real, yo. MJF is for real. So I'm happy
He's
to see him
long
back.
term. He's long term money.
I'm happy to see him back. It would have been cool to see him at Forbidden Door in Long Island. But I think him being back is totally fine. Like it didn't ruin anything or shake up anything too bad. So that was big coming out of Double or Nothing. Another thing that was big that coming out of Double or Nothing, Ospreay winning a title belt. That's one. Your boy Edge, or I'm sorry, Adam Copeland, breaking his leg. I saw that, dude. That spot was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. And the execution just fell off. And
like, what the hell was he doing?
I watched that spot as, you know, in real time, like everybody else.
Your boy landed on his legs. Like he landed standing up.
He didn't lean in enough with his elbow and his torso. It was like he was doing a double axe handle almost. But I'm like, dude, from that height, for you to be landing on your feet at that age, like,
dude, bro,
you know you're gonna injure. When he landed, I had a feeling that he injured something. I just wasn't expecting it to be the leg, but I was like, if he came out unscathed from that, that's amazing.
Oh,
but
God, well,
yeah, that was unnecessary. And the match itself was pretty good.
It was good. Yeah. He's gonna be out for a minute though. He's gonna be out for a minute.
I mean, yeah, it's a broken tibia.
We're looking at months. You know, I was listening to Busted Open, and Bully Ray said, "Yo, Adam, you did not need to do that." Like
straight up, he did
just that simple.
Like, what was he trying to prove? Like, Edge, Adam, whatever. You have done everything, and I love Adam Copeland. He's in my top 20, and I've made that publicly known.
You've made that publicly clear, yeah.
But he has nothing to prove in that regard. Like, just give me a good match. You know, give me a good match. But I don't need to see you in ladder matches. I don't need to see you taking dives off steel cages. I don't need to see you getting put through a table off of a 25-foot structure. Like, I don't need any of that stuff, man. Like, you've done it all. You are Adam Copeland. You are Edge.
Yeah.
you're a WWE Hall of Famer. Like you're one of the greatest
For
of all
real.
time.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, it just baffles me. And I'm sure he went home feeling real stupid
Yeah,
after
probably real
that.
stupid. And probably looking back at it like, damn, that was ugly. Like, what was I thinking? Like, what was
Yeah.
I thinking? Like, it made no sense, right? So that's some big news coming out, Double or Nothing. Also, man, also the what else? The Swerve and Christian match was good.
Yeah.
Swerve retains, of course.
Um
Um,
Mercedes winning the TBS
Mercedes
title.
winning the
And I
TBS
and I called
title.
it.
You called
Chris
it, bro.
Statlander and what's his face?
Stokely.
Stokely, they turned on her.
I love it. I
They
love it.
turned on Willow.
I loved
And
every second of it.
I knew that was gonna happen. And I'm like, if it doesn't happen during the match, there's gonna be a post match angle.
And you know what should have been the clue was every week Statlander started looking better and better. Like different.
That was like a little subtle,
different
subtle
clothing,
hint.
hair's different, makeup. I'm like, you don't look like the person that embraced space and all this other weird shit. Like I don't care about, right? Like you started looking. Stat started looking good. I was like,
I'm telling you.
I was like, okay, Stat.
When she turned on Willow, I was like, okay, with the black. And
yeah, man.
She brought out the sexy.
Stat brought out the sexy, man, and you know Stokely's gonna be perfect for her as a mouth, as a co-mouthpiece because she could kind of talk too.
Yeah,
she's pretty decent.
Talk.
Yeah, she's pretty decent. So, dude, man, Mercedes Mone is a champion now, and watching AEW Dynamite, which was in LA in the Forum, she got cheered more so than booed.
That was weird.
And she kind of leaned into the baby persona.
It was odd. It was very odd.
It was odd.
Now we're going back to her being in the gray area. No, like you need to have her as a heel, bro.
Yeah.
And then she's like defending, trying to come to Willow's defense. Like I could have told you that. From a mile away that Stat and Stokely were gonna turn.
And when you get back, you're gonna beat their ass. Like you know, she's saying all this stuff. I'm like, damn,
she needs to be a heel.
Yeah, she's gotta be a heel. I think, and dude, the crowd was doing the song, singing the song, and doing the dance, and she's on social media doing the dance with Osprey, and I'm like, yo, I don't even know. I don't know. I think she should lean into the heel, but if the crowds keep reacting like this to her,
it's true.
Got to give the people what they want, man. You saw how that went down in WrestleMania, right? So
you
got to give the people what they want.
They I don't know. They may not be feeling her full blown heel. Maybe they just want to cheer her and whatnot. But Anarchy in the Arena, always a fun match every year. But they brought out a fucking flamethrower this year. Just completely defying the logic of pro wrestling. Like every exploding chairs.
Did you see they strung up Darby?
Oh my
and
God.
Super kicked your boy with spiked Reebok pump sneakers, bro.
Jesus.
Yo.
That match was wild. That was wild.
They had the music playing in the background, like some old like New Jack match. Like you remember how New Jack used to play like the rap music?
And I noticed that they do that.
Oh my God!
Like every year, like for the first 10 minutes of the match or something like that, they just have the music in the background. Yeah, that I gotta say, Anarchy in the Arena is probably one of the most fun matches to attend. As like it comes across on TV as a really fun match for the crowd in attendance.
Yeah.
If I was in attendance, I would absolutely love to see Anarchy in the Arena.
God, that'd
like
be great.
Just imagine the amount of fun that is.
Oh yeah.
Like that's crazy. You got different pairs of wrestlers fucking each other up all throughout different sections. Yeah. You see shit backstage. Then when they come back to the ring, it's just like senton bombs off the ladder.
Yep.
My
thing
is
like, how
match.
how did you come up with some of this stuff, right? Like so Jack Perry goes through the tunnel, comes back out with obviously a bunch of like Vaseline or whatever
Yeah.
fire retardant kind of stuff on him, and your boy Darby cooks him from the legs.
Dude, that is gonna be one of the most iconic images in pro wrestling history.
Oh my god!
Just Darby Allin, that still image of him lighting Jack Perry on fire. I mean, we've seen fire many times over the last like 30 something years, but not a. We've seen fire in the context of like people getting slammed through tables.
Yes,
but this shit, a flamethrower,
bro. Amazing. Like it was that's such a fun match, man. And that's the match that should have ended the night. Lots of people were like, "Oh, your championship match should end the night." Oh
man.
All right, go to bed, grandpa. No, this is not 1980. This is not 1986, 1990, right? No. You put that Anarchy match on last in the night on that mega high, like man, it blew me away. Every year is different.
You mentioned 1986. Even in 1986, there were special circumstances where the World Championship match was not the main event. That's just how it's going to be. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't always have to have the world title. Yes, I get it. It's your company's champion. But even during the Attitude Era, there were storylines that were so big that they just had to close out the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a reference Armageddon 1999. The main event was Triple H versus Mr. McMahon in a no holds barred match. That's the match where Stephanie turned on Vince, and then that's the beginning of of her and Triple H.
The McMahon
that wasn't for the title. You know what I'm saying? But it's things like that. Like you can have matches like that close out your pay-per-view.
Yeah, I agree, man. Again, great Anarchy in the Arena, man. Like just and very good pay-per-view. It was very good. It was long as hell.
That I will say. That's why I can't give it anything higher than a B+.
My God, man.
I thought it was very entertaining. Don't get me wrong. But I felt like it was a notch below being excellent. Like just a tad much. I think if they would have had it at the exact 3 hour, 15 hour, like I think the pay-per-view ended up being a little more than 3.5 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was a little long. It was a tad.
That's long. That's a tad long, man. Yeah. Damn. AEW, they keep doing their thing when it comes to the pay-per-views. They're up right now in terms of a deal, a streaming deal, or whatever kind of deal they're going for.
What's the deal with that?
Apparently the rumors are Tony ain't happy with the first sort of offer he got. Other rumors are that Warner Brothers Discovery wants the pay-per-views on Max, which makes sense, for Christ's sake. Like why are you having your audience have to pay $55 or $60 for pay-per-view? Like it doesn't make sense, right?
Nope. Not in 2024.
So we don't know where this deal lies right now, but it's coming up soon, really soon. So that's in talks. But we'll see, man. Again, AEW, it's like a roll. It's Lewis. You know what? AEW is like going on that roller coaster, and you smooth at first, and then when you get to the very top, that mofo just goes left and just jerking left and right and bopping your head all over the place. Like it.
We must be talking about a Coney Island roller coaster.
Yeah. Or Playland. Playland. Yeah. Playland. The bolts are loose. Yeah.
Not a Six Flags.
No, this ain't Six Flags. This ain't Six Flags. This ain't Disney. This ain't Universal. No, I'm talking like Playland.
My
Coney
man
Island.
said Ride Playland.
Yeah, Ride Playland. Roller coaster ride, man. You're praying you get down off the ground safely, and that's how I feel like with AEW. You just pray that you get a good show week to week. You just pray. You get a good show. But this past Dynamite, the AEW is starting to do some things. They got a on-screen authority figure in Christopher Daniels, which I like. Which makes sense. to combat the Elite. Kazuchika Okada is very funny. All right.
He's the man. He's a star,
Your
bro.
boy is hilarious. He's crying about getting a new Lamborghini, and then after he cries, he's, "Oh, thank you."
And
And
it's
that's
just a
it.
blank stare.
I
How
love
about
it.
him just shutting the
Love it.
crowd down after those CM Punk chants? He's like, hey, 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 shut up, bitches.
I love it. I love it. And you know what I get? I feel like he's having some of the best fun
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
had in wrestling. Like
You got
he's
to
just having
remember though
fun.
that he's real life friends with the Young Bucks.
Yes.
Like the
Yes.
Young Bucks, like he was very instrumental in brokering that deal for the Young Bucks to work in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So you know those they go way back. So it's like you say he's legit having a good
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
on a week to week basis.
Oh
And
yeah,
he's
he's having a
Okada.
good
He
time.
can still whoop your ass. Like
Very yes.
he'll do the comedy stuff, but he can go. We know he can go in the ring.
Well, Lewis, you mentioned well, I want to always get to you when it comes to the ratings of AEW. Lewis, could you got the ratings for the people for AEW this past week? Did they do better?
Yeah.
Because at some point I thought I was going to buy AEW at some point, so I was
No,
going
it's not at that level yet.
we were going to pool some money together, man. We were going to buy AEW. I mean, why not? We're going to buy AEW. So
Nah, it's not that drastic.
what do the ratings look like?
787,000. So that's an increase from I think it was like 713 or something like that last week.
713.
But they didn't have NBA playoffs to compete with. So not bad, not excellent, but it's an increase nonetheless.
Yeah.
So the real question is, do we see that increase continue into next week when MJF returns?
I would think so.
So that's going to be something to, because if they break 800,000 and go back to what they were doing prior to the NBA playoffs, then it's kind of like, oh, all right, so that was it. No MJF and NBA playoffs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, good for AEW, man, because at one point, like I just said, it was looking pretty grim. But what's not looking grim, I got to tell you, NXT was lit on Tuesday.
Go Sexyy.
Your
Go
girl,
Sexyy
Red, came out there looking like something and was twerking that booty all over NXT television.
Oh, shit.
Those little white boys was like, oh my God, mommy, what is that? Like, trying to cover it right. Yo, those boys, they had no idea what they were looking at, man. They had no idea.
My man HBK, he was having a lot of fun. I mean, that video is going viral on like World Star Double XL. Wait,
which one?
She and Shawn Mike. So she's in the car singing along to the Sexy Boys,
right.
The theme music.
Yeah,
and Shawn Michaels is with her.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I have some of my friends who, they don't watch wrestling or they haven't watched wrestling in years.
But they know Sexyy Red.
But yeah, so they'll send me the clip and I'm just like, mission accomplished for WWE, right? Because it gets extra eyes on the product. And Sexyy Red, I mean, I'm not a fan of her music. I think it sucks. Yeah. But I mean, she's trash. But the thing is, she's I'm just gonna call it like it is.
But this is the clip I'm going to post on our Instagram, by the way.
Look, as a rapper, as an artist, she's trash. Like most new things, like it's trash. However,
I 100% agree.
However, she's very well known. She's big. She's hot right now. So strike while the iron is hot. And her appearance on NXT this past week, it's not the last. She's going to be at NXT Battleground. And I also read that she's lined up for a couple of more appearances down the line. Because the feedback was that she's very easy to work with backstage. And people love that. Like, who doesn't love an easy to work with celebrity, right? A la Bad Bunny and
right.
Whoever else. So so we could see more Sexyy Red ass twerking on NXT.
That is very interesting. I like you, Lewis. I don't know many of her songs. Barely knew who she was, except for the booty rocking, shaking, twerking, all that stuff on World Star and all that stuff. I don't care for the music, but she seems to kind of have a vibe that's
Yeah.
that oddly works in some way.
She's got charisma.
She's got charisma. There's
She
a
does have
charisma.
charisma. There's a reason
Yeah.
why she's in the position that she's in music right now, because
Right.
you need charisma.
Unique charisma. And
Regardless
she's
of
got it.
like rhyming skill or whatever you want to call it, but I mean, she's got hit singles and people like her. She's
People like her.
collaborated with Drake and shit like that. So
It's wild.
I know
Sexyy
it
Red
is.
on
It is
my
what it is.
NXT television. That is cool.
I know.
When they announced that, I was like, "What?"
I was
At
confused.
first, I was like, who brokered this deal? Like, who said? Who sat down and was like, "Yo, I think we should get Sexyy Red on this."
Shawn Michaels is popping a Viagra too.
Yeah,
right?
Shawn better watch out, man. Shawn better watch out. Yeah, your boy. Listen. It's gonna. The Sexyy Red will put it on him. But listen.
Yeah.
Ethan Page.
Makes
his NXT debut, I guess. I don't know if he's officially signed.
Yeah.
But he's there. And I think that place is a good look for him.
That is a very good look. Because his stuff in AEW wasn't really working out.
Right. And then your girl, Jordynn Grace.
Jordynn Grace, man. God bless her.
So I was listening to an interview with her. And she mentioned that Roxanne Perez had no idea she was coming out. They kept it a secret. Roxanne was a little annoyed about it. But Roxanne was like, listen, I'll just go with it. She had no idea until Jordan's music hit that she was there. And I love that. I love that element of surprise. I love the element of promo now that you have to do, because now you're not prepared.
Yeah.
So now whatever you say is just going to be authentic towards that person. So I love that. And again, Jordynn Grace is going to, I think she's got about 3 appearances on NXT.
Yeah.
And I believe the cash money, the check is about 6 figures each appearance. Each appearance. Nice. Good for Jordynn, man.
Yeah, good for Jordynn. I mean, I know we had our opinions of her a couple of years ago.
We did, when
she was saying some stupid things on Twitter, but
yes.
No, I mean, overall, I think Jordynn Grace is a very good talent, and I think she's done phenomenal work as a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
she just looks the part of a dominant female in pro wrestling. She looks the part, and she's got star written all over her. So I think there's some major crossover potential. I like what Triple H is doing with this whole TNA. Because apparently, I also read that NXT is going to be doing more crossover things with TNA. So that could look like an NXT star showing up on a TNA show. We could potentially see something like that. I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
I like that, man. Good for WWE. Yo, good for WWE for stepping out a little bit with the partnerships, man. At one point, WWE felt like they were in their own bubble, and it just kind of felt like, all right, come on, man. There's other wrestling companies you could team up with and make this overall beneficial for both parties. But I like the TNA WWE hookup, man. I'm digging that.
Me too.
I'm digging that, and that could lead to signings on both ends. Who knows, man. And I think that's a good look, because AEW had a TNA partnership, I guess, that just went down the toilet. So I guess that's not a thing anymore. But yeah, I like this Jordynn Grace versus Roxanne, man. It's going to be at the UFC arena dome thingy that they have in Vegas, which looks like a really interesting venue to have something like that at. It works for NXT. It's smaller.
Yeah.
Looks like a studio.
It's perfect for NXT.
Perfect for NXT.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have that match there, and I'm gonna definitely tune in. But yeah, I'm NXT was crazy, and I missed most of it. So
I missed all of it.
Yeah.
I caught all of the highlights on Instagram, and I was like, wait, Jordynn Grace? Then I refreshed my feed. Ethan Page?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and NXT, that was very, very eventful. Good for WWE.
Yeah, it was very eventful, man. Yeah, man. Listen, Lewis, it's been a heck of a week in wrestling, my brother. We've had a lot of surprises in terms of
Yeah.
debuts, in terms of
Returns.
returns. Man, like it's just been
Title
good.
title wins.
Title wins, crownings of a king and queen that actually are legit and not jokes and not clowns, which I appreciate, because Triple H seems like he's taking this tournament very seriously. And then Mercedes Mone, is she about to blow all the way up? Like, is she just going to keep getting cheered? Like, is your girl on a hot streak, or was that just LA? We'll see. We'll see next week. We'll see next week. MJF is back on AEW Dynamite. So that combined with possibly Mercedes being there, the star power, they're working with something, man.
Yeah.
I listen. AEW needed this. They needed it badly.
They did. They did.
They needed it badly, y'all. Luce, anything else, man? Anything? Did we get everything? Did we? Don't. Every time we log off, we always like, damn, we didn't talk about that. I think we
I got nothing. I got nothing left for the people.
Nothing left.
Other than you continue supporting this damn YouTube page.
Yes.
You continue supporting us,
yes, sir,
on the Instagram page, on the Mark Wrestling.
Yes.
And we appreciate you all.
Yes. The administrator has spoken, y'all.